In the heart of the bustling city, where adrenaline and excitement filled the air, a legendary car race was about to commence. The streets were lined with eager spectators, their eyes fixated on the sleek machines that were about to ignite the asphalt. Among the crowd, two cars stood out, their engines revving with anticipation, ready to embark on a high-octane battle that would etch their names into racing history. At the starting line, the first car, known as the Thunderbolt, exuded an air of invincibility. Its glossy black exterior shimmered under the scorching sun, while the roar of its engine sent shivers down the spines of onlookers. Its driver, Max, the Maverick, Malone, was renowned for his lightning-fast reflexes and fearsome determination. With countless victories under his belt, he was confident that this race would be no different. Opposite the Thunderbolt stood a seemingly ordinary car, the Shadow. Its midnight blue paint blended effortlessly with the shadows, making it nearly invisible to the naked eye. The driver, a mysterious figure known only as the Phantom, was a master of strategy and cunning. Though lacking the Thunderbolt's raw power, the Shadow possessed an uncanny ability to adapt to any situation, always remaining one step ahead. As the signal to start blared through the speakers, the race erupted into a frenzy of screeching tires and billowing smoke. The Thunderbolt shot forward with incredible speed, leaving a trail of dust in its wake. Max grinned confidently, his eyes fixed on the finish line. Victory seemed within his grasp, and he could almost taste the glory that awaited him. But little did Max know that the Phantom had a secret weapon, a strategy that would turn the race on its head. As the Thunderbolt surged ahead, the Shadow initially stayed back, seemingly content to let its rival take the lead. Max's confidence grew as he distanced himself from the Shadow, convinced that victory was inevitable. However, just as the Thunderbolt began to slow down, the Shadow sprang into action. With a burst of acceleration, it closed the gap between them in a matter of seconds. Max's eyes widened in disbelief as the Shadow overtook him, leaving the Thunderbolt in its dust. The crowd erupted into a frenzy of cheers and applause, their excitement reaching a fever pitch. Max, his pride wounded, refused to accept defeat. He pushed the Thunderbolt to its limits, desperately trying to catch up to the Shadow. But no matter how hard he tried, the Phantom always had an answer. Every time the Thunderbolt slowed down, the Shadow accelerated, maintaining a tantalizing lead that seemed impossible to bridge. As the finish line loomed closer, Max's frustration turned into admiration for the Phantom's brilliance. The race had become a mesmerizing display of strategy and skill, where speed alone was not enough to secure victory. The crowd, once divided, now cheered for both cars, captivated by the exhilarating battle unfolding before their eyes. Finally, as the checkered flag waved triumphantly in the air, the Shadow crossed the finish line, victorious. Max, though disappointed, couldn't help but smile in awe at the Phantom's masterful performance. In that moment, he realized that racing wasn't just about raw power, it was a dance of wits, where the one who could adapt and outmaneuver their opponent would emerge as the true champion. And so, the legend of the Thunderbolt and the Shadow was born, forever etching their names into racing history. Their rivalry would be remembered as a testament to the indomitable spirit of competition, where victory was not always determined by who crossed the finish line first, but by the ingenious minds behind the wheel.